So in our last lesson, we talked about goals and achievements. And here we have some vocabulary which is related to goals and achievements. So we can use expressions like have the opportunity, achieve their goal, put a lot of effort, and dream of becoming, I don't know, something. Taking part, you enjoy taking part in competitive sports. We talked about this in our last lesson. And we also talked a little bit about reality TV shows. And we finished this interesting exercise. So we read about a new reality TV show called Have a Go. And we also completed these sentences. So we talked about this. We talked about the opera singer, Vicky.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Hello, Sana. How are you today?
Walaikum salam.
And you?
I'm all right. I'm fine, thanks.
What about Malak?
Malak is watching television.
Fine, alhamdulillah. What about you?
Alhamdulillah.
No.
No?
Maybe my son.
Okay.
Okay, we'll use the sound.
Okay, so we talked about in our last lesson, we talked about Vicky and Ben, and because they joined this new reality TV show where you have only 4 weeks to learn a skill before you perform it live in front of a studio audience. And we discussed the rule here. We talked about how to, I think it's all about ability really, how to talk about ability without using can and can't. This was the focus. So we talked about all these expressions, these 8 different expressions. Some of them are for things that you can do. For example, if you say, I'm able to, I know how to, or if you can say, I managed to, I'm quite good at, I'm very good at, I'm really good at. These kind of expressions are all related to abilities. It means you can do the thing you're talking about. But if you say, I'm no good at, I'm not able to, I'm useless at, or for example, I haven't got a clue, or I don't have a clue, this means you can't do the thing you're talking about. So this is how we can talk about this. And here, whenever you're using these expressions, you need to follow them with the infinitive with to, or verb plus ing. So it's one of 3 things. It depends. So for example, you can say, I'm no good at swimming. So it's verb plus ing. I'm no good at swimming. For example, you can say, I have no idea how to drive. I have no idea how to climb a wall, for example. So here you need to plus infinitive. And I think I'm useless at, I'm not, this one, yeah, this one is with the infinitive only. So I'm not able to swim. I'm not able to play the piano, and so on. And the last way to talk about ability from our last lesson was using, here it is, using verb to be, brilliant, adjective at. So you can say I'm good at, I'm bad at, I'm brilliant at, I'm hopeless at, and so on. So this is what we talked about. Now we have a very nice exercise. So here we want to read about Zoe and Vince. Did Zoe enjoy appearing on Have a Go? If not, why not? And then read about Zoe and Vince again, put the verbs in brackets in the correct form. So I'm going to give you some time, and this is the story of Zoe and Vince. So Zoe and Vince also joined this program, just like, what's his name? Just like Vicky and Ben. but both of them are dancers. Okay, so both of them are ballroom dancers. So take a few minutes, complete this story, and complete the gaps. And you can see here these are the verbs. So you have to put them in the right form. And you have three options. You can either put them in verb plus ing, you can put them in infinitive, or verb plus ing, or infinitive with to. These are your three options to use, okay? You can see number one, they used verb plus ing. So here you have to decide what's the right answer to use, and then, you know, change the verb accordingly, okay? So take a few minutes, and when you're done, just let me know so we can check them together. Okay, just a second, I forgot my coffee in the kitchen. What do you think? Is this hard or is it easy? Finished, Sana?
Yes, I finished.
Okay. Malak also?
Yes, yes.
Okay, let's check your answers. I thought you were still working. All right, so let's start with, let's divide it. So maybe Sana can do the first half. Okay. Okay, so Sina, you can do the first half. You can start from the beginning.
Zoo and Fancy.
This is Zoe.
Zoe and
Vince.
And Vinci.
Vince.
Okay. Ballroom dancer.
Ballroom dancers.
Ballroom dancer. Zoe, I was quite good at dancing at school, and Vince knows how to salsa. Yes.
Okay, you can continue.
But neither of us had a clue how to do ballroom dancing.
Okay.
Our teacher,
Evelyn,
spent 4 weeks trying to teach us a 3-minute dancing sequence. I was able to learn the dance quite quickly, but
okay, let's see. Malak, but
Venus found it difficult to remember all the steps, and he had no idea how to catch me correctly. We practiced and practiced, but unfortunately, it all went wrong on the night. Halfway through the dance, Vince missed a catch, and I fell onto the floor. We managed to carry on and finish the dance, but I was really upset that Venice had missed up our big opportunity to become famous. I didn't think he'd be so hopeless at dancing in public. My friends had a good laugh about it, though.
okay. So let's see. Tamam, I thought there was listening to check. But before we check your answers if they're right or wrong, let's answer the first part of the question. It says here, did Zoe enjoy appearing on Have a Go? And if not, why not? What do you think from this paragraph, from this story? Do you think Zoe enjoyed going on the show, or she didn't enjoy it? What do you think? What do you think, Sana? Do you think she enjoyed this going on this show or not?
I think not, because there is something happened wrong with her.
What happened?
When they dancing fell in the floor.
Who fell?
Didn't catch. I know Zoe, the female Zoe, or والله يعني الأسماء محطة عندي.
Zoe is the female. Zoe is the girl.
Okay. Vince couldn't.
Vince. Yeah.
Vince couldn't catch her. That's why she fell in the floor.
Yeah.
When they dancing.
Exactly. So that's why she didn't like the experience of coming on the show. So you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's check your answers. So all of them are correct. So that's the good thing. So all of the answers are correct. So this means we can go to the next lesson. Sorry, the next exercise, and also do the same thing in our next exercise here. So let's take a look. Now, this is a nice paraphrasing exercise. So all you need to do is rewrite the sentences, but you have to use the word in the brackets. So it's a must. You have to use the words in the brackets, okay?
Yes.
So you're gonna need a minute or two. Take your time, and when you first finish, just let me know, and we can work together. Excuse me, and check the answers.
What happened? What is the book?
Can you see it?
No. Yes.
Now can you see it?
No,
Yes. No.
Okay,
Now,
okay,
yes.
okay.
Yeah.
If it disappears, just let me know. Okay, have you finished?
Yes.
Yes, Sana also?
Okay.
Okay. What do you think? What do you think of this question? Difficult, hard?
Difficult. Yes. But I try.
Because we changed the whole distance sometimes.
Yes.
Perfect. Yes.
You're right. You actually have to change the whole thing sometimes.
Mm.
Okay, let's take a look and let's see what you did. Let's start with the first one. Yeah.
I'm useless.
Okay.
I'm useless to remember people's name.
Again.
I'm useless to remember people's name.
Okay, and according to the rule, what do we use after I'm useless at?
Oh yes, I'm useless at. We put ing.
Correct.
After the verb.
Correct. So.
But can we use remembering?
Yes. Because remember, this is here when we say ing, we're not talking about tenses. يعني قصة ing هنا ما هياش قصة continuous، قصة verb pattern.
I know, but
yeah. So you have to use remembering. If you're gonna use useless at, this means whatever comes after at has to be with the verb plus ing. هي الفكرة. So can you say the whole sentence again?
Okay. I'm useless at remembering people's names.
That's it. Correct. I'm useless at remembering people's names. Nice. So this means the first one is correct. Great. Okay, so now what about number 3? How did you answer it?
Okay. I don't know how to cook. I have no idea how to cook.
That's it. I have no idea how to cook. Okay, number 4, Malak.
I find to understand easy songs in English. I find to understand easy songs in English.
Okay, معناها
That's difficult.
انت بتشوفي شوف الاكسبريشن كيف اللي لان هم يعتبروا زي جمل يعني ثابته fixed expressions. Do you get the idea?
Yeah.
معناه انت حتستعملي رقم 3 هنا. Can you see it?
No.
Here هنا.
I will.
انت جاتك easy. find وعندك easy صح؟
Yes.
How can you use it?
Find an easy. Find something invisible.
اوكي خلينا نخلوها بحيث يطلعوا كل الكلمات. اوكي هيك كتاب باش يبانوا قدر الامكان الاثنين مع بعض. Okay, so let me just match. So this means you're gonna use this for number 4. مش هذا اللي تحت. What do you think, Sana, here for number 4? How can you use I find it? How can you use find and easy in number 4? What do you think? Have you answered number 4, Sana?
Yes.
Okay, what's your answer for number 4?
I find easy to understand songs in English.
Correct. I find it easy. ناقصة الإت بس. I find it easy to understand songs in English. Do you get the idea, Malak?
Yeah.
I find it easy to understand songs in English. That's the right answer. Okay, Malak, you can do number 5 because Sana answered your question. What about
Okay.
number 5?
I managed to able. No, I managed to run 15 kilometer last weekend.
That's correct. I managed to run 15 kilometers last weekend. That's correct. Nice.
Without was. I
No.
was managed.
No.
I
You can't.
managed.
يا شوفها هنا مكتوبة ما فيهاش تقدرش تحطي قبلها verb to be. There's no يعني هو التمرين نمبر 7 هو تقدر تقولوا تمرين على الفريزز أما العبارات. يعني كلها طريقة ملتوية بحيث مانعين عليكم استعمال كان وكانت. دي قد ايديا هي دي فكرتها يعني يبغوا يعطونا فوكاب أكثر أن نتكلموا على ability من غير كان وكانت. هذا غرض الدرس في الحقيقة. All right, very nice.
Okay.
So I managed to run 15 kilometers without last weekend. صح. Okay, number 6, Sana. What did you do for number 6?
Okay. I don't have a clue how to change a wheel on a car.
Exactly right. I don't have a clue how to change a wheel on a car. صح. Okay, number 7. Malak, what did you do number 7?
I don't find.
جاتك مرة تانية هي نفسها بالضبط.
Yes,
رقم 4.
yes.
وراك الفايل.
لحقتك.
Yes, difficult. I find.
انت can't type, you have to remove it. بتتنحى. Do you get the idea? Can you hear me, Malak? Sana, can you hear me? I think.
Yes, I hear you. Maybe
شكلها,
Malak
yeah, I think she disconnected.
disconnected.
Okay, let's see your answer. لما بين ما رجعت. How did you answer it? Number 7.
Okay. I find type impossible without looking at the keyboard.
Close.
Okay, because here type
هي الفعل في الآخر. شوفها حتى انت لو تلاحظي رقم 3 حتلاحظي أن الفعل يحطوه في الآخر. يعني هنا بنقولوا find something impossible quite easy to do. To plus infinitive بعدها. Do you get the idea? يعني الverb بتاعك هو type. معناه ما تقدريش تحطيه في الأول.
I find impossible. I find impossible to type without looking at the keyboard.
That's it. I find it. هو غرفي الات منضفاه من عندنا بس. هذه هي لأنه هو هنا الات مغيرينها ب something. I find it impossible. I find it impossible to type without looking at the keyboard. That's correct. Okay, what about number 8?
Number 8. I'm no good at making decisions.
That's it.
I am no good.
صح. Yeah, can you say it again?
I am no good at making decisions.
That's correct. I'm no good at making decisions. And number 9?
Okay. I know someone. I put it he.
لا ما فيش داعي
I
لهي.
remove. خلي who.
Yeah, who?
Who brilliant at playing guitar.
صح، لكن قبل brilliant لازم في verb to be, right? لأن القاعدة شنو تقول؟ تقول verb to be brilliant at.
Okay. He is.
صح، لكن علاش الهي؟ ما فيش داعي لها الهي. is بس.
Who is.
Yes. Okay, can you do the whole sentence together?
Okay. I know someone who is brilliant at playing guitar.
That's it. I know someone who's brilliant at playing guitar. So, all right, do you get the idea? So this is I think it's an interesting exercise.
Yes.
It's not easy, but I think it's good. It's good practice for your language, I think. All right,
Yes.
let's take a look at number 8. So number 8, write 3 sentences and three true sentences and 3 false sentences about things you can do and things you can't do. Okay, this is good. So here you can talk about yourself, Sana, but you can also use the same sentences. يعني لو ما تبيش تعبي روحك يعني نفسهم عدلي فيهم بحيث تتكلمي عن نفسك. Do you get the idea?
Yes.
So if you can do it well, just show us how you can do it. And if you're not good, you can also talk about it.
Okay. I'm write some sentence. How many? Maybe.
Yeah, three about things that you can do well, and maybe 3 about things that you can't do well.
Okay.
Yes, hello.
Hi, welcome back.
ما عرفت اشرح والله إلا أنا طيقس.
We thought you ran away.
في الوقت المناسب.
هذه اللقطة هذه يقولوا لها saved by the bell. ما أعرف لو سمعتي بها المصطلح. بالإنجليزي عادة الشخص اللي يحصل فرصة يهرب يقولوا saved by the.
الله يهرب الساعة 7 بالضبط هذا الموعد توا.
Okay, so what do you think of number 7, Malak?
كان يستنى فيا. I find it without looking. I find it impossible without looking at the keyboard.
Impossible to what? Impossible to shini?
To look to.
Where's the verb?
Type.
Yes.
Impossible to type. Yes.
Yeah. I find it impossible to type without looking at the keyboard. هي دي الإجابة صحيحة. صح. Okay. What about number 8, Malak?
I have no idea. No, I'm sorry. I'm not good at.
I'm no good.
At making decisions.
Correct. I'm no good at making decisions. Okay, and the last one, number 9.
Number 9, I know someone. Yes, I know someone who is brilliant at playing guitar very well.
عاش في داعي very well.
Without ease.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's correct. I know someone who's brilliant at playing guitar. صح. Okay, now I want you to think of, because Sana is still thinking of some examples, I want you to think of maybe, Malak, of 3 things that you're good at, that you can do well, and 3 things that you can't do well, okay? And you can use expressions and phrases like the ones we have here in the examples. يعني تقدري مثلا لو نتكلم عن نفسي نقدر نقول مثلا I find it difficult to understand songs in Spanish. مثلا, if I'm talking about myself, I find it hard or I find it difficult to understand songs in Spanish. مثلا انتم بتغيري أمثلة بحيث تكون مشابهة للأشياء اللي تقدر تديرها أو لا. This is the idea.
Okay.
Sana, have you thought of a few examples?
Still 2.
two things you can do and two things you can't do.
No, I wrote the 3 things I cannot do,
Mhm.
and 1 thing is I can do. I still 2 should be, yeah.
Yeah, but if you can't think of others, that's okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, have you finished, Sana?
Still 1 sentence.
Okay, you're doing well.
Mhm. Okay. Okay, I finished.
Okay, so let's hear your example.
Mhm. Okay, the first 3 I cannot do.
Okay, so things you cannot do, yeah.
Yes. I have no idea how to swim.
Okay.
I don't know how to ride the bicycle.
Mm-hmm.
I find it impossible to learn
French.
French, yes.
Okay, good examples. What about the things that you can do?
Okay. I am quite good at learning English.
Okay.
I find it easy to learn crochet by YouTube.
Nice. Okay.
Mm. I managed to drive a car.
Okay. Very nice examples.
Yeah.
Great examples. Okay, let's compare them to Malak. Malak, have you thought of interesting examples about things you can do and things you can't do?
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm quite good at drawing pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Um, also, I'm brilliant, good at cooking.
I'm brilliant at
brilliant
cooking.
at
تقدر تقولي حتى
cooking.
brilliant. زوز صح. I'm good at cooking. I'm brilliant at cooking. Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
I managed to walk 30 minutes every day.
I'm
Last week. Last weekend.
okay. I managed to
Last
work
week.
13 kilometers, you mean? What, 13 meters?
Yes, no, 30 minutes.
13 minutes, okay. So I
Mhm.
managed to work to walk, you mean, right?
Yes, to walk.
Okay, but remember, walk, don't put L, walk.
Okay.
Yeah, I managed to walk 13 minutes. Okay, good example. What about the things you can't do?
Okay. I can't. I have no idea. I have no idea how to drive.
Okay,
I have no. I find it's impossible to uh, to speak French.
okay, good example.
Mm-hmm. I know also. That's what I have.
Okay, that's good. It's not bad. That's good. All right. So this is the idea. It's a nice vocabulary lesson. I highly recommend that you do the homework tonight, so you don't forget this. So if you practice this in your workbook tonight, you will have a better chance of remembering it. Okay. So very nice phrases. So you can talk about ability in so many different ways. Okay. So now let's talk about our next topic. So here we're going to talk about two things. We're going to talk about computers and we'll talk a little bit about the second conditional. But before we talk about the grammar, let's discuss some vocabulary first. So can you see this box here? Can you see this box of words?
Yes.
So
Yes.
all of these words are, of course, related to computers.
Mm.
So I just want to check with you, which of these words do you know? Which of them are new? And then maybe we can talk about the new ones. So here we have a password, install software, backup, store, a hard drive, a memory stick, spam, attachment, a virus, crash, copy in, forward, delete, print, scan, Wi-Fi. Okay, so I'm sure that you know a lot of these words, but maybe there are a few of them which are new. So for you, Sana, which of these words are new from this box?
Bam.
Spam,
Mm.
okay. What else?
No.
Only spam.
Yes.
All right, nice. Okay, Malak, what about you? Which of these words is new?
Maybe I know the.
Mm-hmm. I think you disconnected. Malak, can you hear us? I think she disconnected again.
Yes.
All right, so Sana, spam is when you get emails or you get letters that you don't want in your inbox, in your email. So you get a lot of advertisements, a lot of unwanted emails. So
Yes.
these emails are not important. They're not from your friends or your boss, for example. It's from, I don't know, websites that want you to buy something or subscribe to something.
Yes.
It's like
Like
junk mail.
sometimes uh, like us, my IT department in my company, um, don't open any email you don't know from, because sometimes it's virus and will yeah.
Correct. That you're completely
Mm.
right. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what most companies tell their employees. They don't want you to open, spam, because they call this spam. If it's an email you don't know, if you don't know the address, if you don't know the person, don't
Don't open.
click on any links. That's the
Yeah.
idea, because maybe it's spam. And sometimes with spam, sometimes there are viruses included with spam mail. This is the idea.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Now, I want you to think of 5 questions that you can make using these words. Okay, so I want you to ask me, you can ask me 5 questions using some of these words in the box. Okay, and you can see 2 examples here. It says, the first example, do you store all your photos on your hard drive? When did you last install some software onto your computer? So these are just some examples. So here I want you to think of some examples, some questions. Okay, well, take your time to think, Sana, and I'm just going to check the words with Malak, okay?
Okay.
Malak,
Yes.
okay, so which of the words are new for you?
Maybe a backup
Backup
and attachment.
and attachment, okay?
Yes.
Do you know spam?
It is something you don't want it in your computer.
Correct. Yeah, letters or I don't know, emails from websites or something that you don't want. So you don't know backup and what else? Attachment, you said.
Yeah.
Okay, so a backup is when you make an extra copy of something. So for example, if you have a phone, it's always a good idea to back up your photos or your contacts on your computer. Do you get the idea? Because maybe if someone steals your phone or if you lose your phone, you will have all the information. You will have your contacts, you will have your photos, your videos, anything on your phone, because you already copied it, you backed it up on your computer. Do you get the idea?
Yeah.
So it's like يعني زي
تخزين.
تخزين لكن مش لغرض التخزين، تخزين للاحتياط يعني نسخة احتياطية للداتا للبيانات بتاعك، هي هذه الفكرة باك اب.
Okay.
An attachment is any file that you attach to an email. So for example, let's say you want to send your CV to a company. So what you do is you send an email, you say, hello, I'm blah, blah, blah. This is an email for a job offer or something. And you attach your CV. Do you get the idea? So attach is like you add. It means it's like you stick it. Do you get the idea?
Yeah.
اللي هي بالعربي
like
ماشي.
send
Sorry?
and send something to anybody.
مرفق، ملف مرفق attachment.
Okay.
يعني في الإيميلات عادة عندك خيار أنك تضيفي ملف لإيميلك. الملف هذا قد يكون مرات PDF، قد يكون ملف وورد، صورة، أي فايل مش كبير هالبين. يعني مثل فيديو ما يمشيش حاله في attachment مثلا. هذه الفكرة. Okay, so now Sana, let's hear your questions. What questions do you have? And maybe Malak can answer you.
Okay. Do you put password in your computer? I don't know. It's what.
Do you put is okay, or do you use ماشي حالها?
Yeah. Do you use password in your computer?
Malak, do you?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so she does.
Yes.
Okay. What is the last time you install software in your computer? When the last time?
Maybe from 1 week.
1 week ago. Okay.
Which software you installed?
Did you install?
Then you install it.
I don't understand this.
Do you know what software means?
Yes, but I don't know.
Okay, so install it means when when you download this software on your computer, it means you make it a part of your computer programs. So you install it. اللي هي install اللي هي بالعربي
تثبيت يقولوا لها بالإنجليزي.
تثبيت بالضبط. انك انت تثبتي البرنامج. طبعا في التليفون يقولوا application، لكن مرات في الكمبيوتر يقولوا software. هي نفس الفكره يعني application او software نفس الشيء. يعني اخر مره ثبتي انت قلتي اسبوع فات. That's what he said. So Sana asked you what application, what software did you install on your computer?
Antivirus.
It was an antivirus.
Okay.
Okay. Question number 4, Sana.
Okay. What's the name of the antivirus
What
you
name
are
of?
Yes.
installed?
What's the name of the antivirus you installed?
First you
I don't know. I don't remember what is name from the internet. I
Okay.
install it from the internet.
Okay.
Okay. That's it.
That's your these are your questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, okay, Malak, I want you to think of, so this is the last thing before we have a prayer break. So here, Malak, I want you to think of 5 questions that you're going to ask Sana. And you can ask her questions about, about anything, about software, about Wi-Fi, printing, deleting, memory stick, hard drive. Ask her anything about these questions.
Okay.
So you can start with the first question. What's your first question for Sana?
Okay. Do you store your photos in your computer?
You mean on a hard drive. يعني لما بتقولي كمبيوتر اكيد بتقصدي انت الهارد درايف، يعني اللي هو الهارد ديسك، يعني هارد درايف.
Your photos in your hard drive?
Yes, not my photo, my sister children.
Your nephews and nieces.
Yes.
Okay, next question.
Have you spam any picture you don't want it?
Okay, your connection is not very good, Malak. We couldn't hear you. Can I repeat it, please? ممكن ما عندك تغطية ضعيفة شوي.
Did you put any? Yes. Did you put any picture in spam? You don't want it.
وبالنسبة للسبام عادة بيوصلنا من غير ما نبوه. فمعناها انت بتقولي لها هل وصلك اي سبام مؤخرا؟ كيف حيكون السؤال؟
أيوة. Have any spam recently?
Have you received any spam recently?
Yes, some in my company.
Okay, good.
And do you use any antivirus program in your computer?
Yes, I use antivirus to protect my computer.
Yes, to protect my computer. Good. Last question, Malak.
Okay. Have you did you delete any pictures or files? You don't want it in your computer?
Yes, sometimes yes, because I want uh, to to find some place to install another programs.
Mhm. Okay,
Okay.
that's good. So this means the topic is all about computers. Let's have a little prayer break for Salah, and then we'll come back and talk a little more about this. We'll do some listening. And after that, we will learn about two people. We have Judy, who works as a company director, and we also have Wesley, a cafe owner, and we have Frank, a sales manager. Okay, so we'll learn about
Salam.
these people, but let's pray first and see you
Okay.
after we come back.
Okay.
All right, so
See you.
see you in a bit. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, hello.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so we're back. Everyone's back. Okay, so let's. Yes.
How many cats you have? I think
We
it's
have
not only one. Yeah.
we have more than we have. I think we have 4 cats. We have 4 cats. 4 cats and
Really?
and one in the garden.
Mm.
Yeah, but
Wow.
because they're not mine. They're kind of
Mm.
the family's cats. Because at the beginning we
Ah.
had a one cat, and then
Mhm.
we got him a wife, and now we have
Mm.
a father, a dad, and a mom, and 2
Mm.
kids. So we've got
Mm.
a family of
Yeah.
cats.
Mhm.
Yeah, but one of them is annoying. This one is the one that always jumps on the chair.
Mm. Mhm.
The one in the photo from yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. I
But
see the photo. I
yeah,
saw the photo.
yeah, that one is the one that
Mm.
always jumps on the chair. But the other ones
Mm.
usually they stay away. They mind their own business. But this one doesn't.
Mm. Yes. You like cat?
I think they're okay. They can be annoying sometimes, but
Mm.
they're fun. They're funny, I think.
Mm. Mm. For me, I don't like at all.
You
Me
don't like,
too.
yeah, some people don't like cats,
Mm.
yeah. No,
Mm.
for
But
me, I like animals. I
I
think they're
have one.
fun. You don't like cats, but you have one?
Mm.
And not me. It is. It wants us. It
But
wants
you
us.
but
It wants our house.
but
It
you
is
don't want it.
waiting. Yes, it's waiting on the window and
Mm.
kick the window and the door to open.
Mm. Mm.
But do you give her food?
It doesn't like any food.
It wants
Um,
to come in.
yes, it is a strange.
Mm,
Mm.
yeah, I
It
see. Yeah,
doesn't eat
sometimes.
anything.
It's strange. Yeah.
Mhm.
Is she a kitten? Is she small or big?
No, it's big.
Mm.
Mm.
Maybe it came from some. Maybe it came. It's lost. Maybe from another house.
Mm.
Maybe,
Hmm.
but it was still with us for a month.
Ah, I
Maybe this
see.
month.
Mm.
A house,
It
and
likes
I.
our house.
It likes your house.
Yeah. Yes.
It wants to join your family.
Yes.
It wants you to adopt her.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were about to say something, Sana?
Yes, I want to ask you, the course will be finished before Ramadan?
Yes. I think this. I don't know, to be honest,
No, I think we.
because we still have about 5 units. We still have a long way to go.
Mm. Mm.
Um, Ramadan starts
Only,
in April, right? Beginning of April.
yes,
So we have 5 weeks, I think, right?
yes.
Mm,
One
Yeah.
month and a half, I know.
6 weeks.
Yes.
In 6 weeks, maybe we can
Mm.
finish in 6 weeks.
Mhm.
I think maybe we can. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll try to. Maybe if
Yes,
we.
because
Mm,
in Ramadan, I think,
it's hard to study.
yes,
Yeah, we'll see. Well,
yeah.
maybe we can skip a few things. I don't know. Maybe extra exercises we can skip. We'll see. We'll try to make it a little faster because I also prefer to finish before Ramadan. I think it's better.
Mm.
Okay, so let's talk about this exercise. So now we're going to do a little bit of listening. So first of all, let's look at the photos, and we have this question. Why do you think the internet is important to each person's company? So let's start with Judy. Why do you think the internet is important for Judy, in your opinion? Why is it important?
Because I think sometimes they take a photo from the internet.
You mean maybe she downloads photos from the internet?
Yeah,
Post
yes.
it on Facebook maybe, or
So maybe she needs to post photos on Facebook or maybe on Instagram or some kind of site.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes maybe they take a designer for the calendar. Yes. She. Mm,
You mean she needs maybe the photos and designs for her calendars?
yes.
You might be right. Yeah, that's possible. Okay, what about here? Here we have Wesley, the cafe owner. Why do you think he needs internet? Or why do you think it's important for him to have internet?
To get receipts for his meals to cook.
Sorry, to get what?
To get receipts for food to cook. Maybe he wants to cook something.
Recipes. You're talking about recipes.
Yes.
Maybe he needs recipes. Yes. Maybe he wants to try something new, so he needs recipes for his meals. Okay, that's possible. But I think there's something more important why he needs internet.
Maybe do like advertisement in the internet to the all the world see his cafe,
Sure.
his cafe, and
Yes,
when they come to his country and visit this cafe.
that's possible. Advertisement, yes. Advertisement, you will need the internet if you want to advertise your, correct? There's something more important.
Maybe sell by internet.
I don't know, because when you want something from a cafe, usually you have to go to the cafe, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you can buy from the internet. I think it's a little maybe not very practical. But what about the customers?
Yes, customers need internet in the cafe.
That's it. So because maybe customers want to work or sit and use their phones or their computers in the cafe, so they need internet, right?
Yes.
True. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, what about Frank, the sales manager? Why does he need the internet?
Maybe
To make this meeting with other maybe.
Okay, so to have live meetings with other companies maybe and other people. Yes. Video calls, maybe.
yes.
Anything else? Do you think
Yeah.
he needs the internet for anything else? No?
Maybe to send something, send files to other companies or other. Yes.
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 Maybe
Send
send
email
emails,
Something
reports,
important.
files, important things.
file.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, so let's find out now. I'm going to play the track here, and I want you to, it says, listen and check your answers. What disadvantage of the internet does each person talk about? So we're going to listen to each person talk about the internet, but they're going to mention some disadvantages. So I want you to pay attention to the disadvantages. But let me take you to the track. So we're going to listen to track 17, CD2, track 17. Track 2, track 17, CD2, track 17. Okay, so let's listen.
Track 17. Judy.
I run a company that makes personalised gifts. Basically, people send us their photos online and we put them on posters, t-shirts, calendars, mouse mats, that kind of thing. All of our customers order online. If the internet didn't exist, I wouldn't have a business. The most important part of the company is our website because that's how everyone places their order. We'd lose a lot of customers if our website crashed. It's a very cheap business to run, but one thing I don't like about it is that I never talk to customers anymore. It's all just online order forms and emails. I'd like to talk to a real customer again. You know, face to face.
Wesley.
I've owned this cafe for 12 years, and I'd say that the internet is essential for my business. There's an art college across the road, and the students come in here all the time, you know, just to have a coffee and check their email or whatever. If we didn't have Wi-Fi, this place would be empty. They don't even need a password to log on. But it does mean people talk less than they used to. Sometimes I look round and nobody's talking to each other. They're all online in their own little worlds. If they turned off their computers, they might make some new friends. But it also means they stay longer and spend more money. So I can't complain, I suppose.
Frank.
I'm the sales manager for a sports equipment company, and like most people, I couldn't live without the internet or my laptop. I've got all my personal stuff on there, and a lot of information about the company too. If I lost my laptop, I'd probably lose my job. One thing that's changed because of the internet is that a lot of my meetings are online nowadays. In some ways they're great because they save a lot of time, but of course this means I hardly ever travel for work anymore. I used to enjoy visiting other parts of the world and staying in nice hotels. If we didn't have so many online meetings, I could get out of the office more often.
All right, so let's start with Judy. So why does she need the internet, in your opinion? So now, what does she do with the internet?
Because the customer order from online
Correct.
to give it to the customer.
Yes, because all of her orders are online.
Yeah.
That's correct. But what's the thing she doesn't like about the internet? Because she mentioned something.
She want to deal with the customer face to face, but for this job, no, only by email.
Yes, this is what she said. Because she wants to deal with people face to face, but
Yeah.
because everything is online, so she doesn't meet people anymore.
Yes.
All right. What about the second person, Wesley? What did he say about the internet? Why does he need it so much?
Me or Malak?
Malak, did you hear the recording, Malak? Malak, are you there? I think Malak has a very bad internet today.
Yeah.
Malak? No, she won't hear us. Okay, so.
Okay. Because the student come to his cafe and use the Wi-Fi.
Exactly.
If there is no internet, there will be the cafe empty. There is no customer.
That's true. Yeah, they need the internet in the cafe because lots of students come there. Correct. And what about Frank? But sorry, before we talk about Frank, Wesley, he talked about something. He talked about a disadvantage of the internet. What was it? He mentioned something.
The people do not talk with each other. everyone stay with his computer or phone.
Exactly. Everyone is busy on their phone and computer.
Yeah.
Nobody is talking to each other
Yeah.
anymore.
Mm.
True. Okay, what about Frank? Why does Frank need the internet?
Because do a meeting online with another company.
Correct. And what about the disadvantage he mentioned? He mentioned something he doesn't like very much about the internet.
I think not travel in out country, because can do the meeting online with the other country in the another country. Yes. And
Yes.
stay in the office maybe all the time on.
True. Because before the internet, there was more travel, right?
Yes.
But now, because the meetings are online, so he doesn't need to travel anymore. So
Yes.
this is the problem. You're right. That's correct. All right. So now I want you to see. Let's match these sentences to the people. So we have J for Judy, W for Wesley, and F for Frank. Okay. So can you read number 1?
Okay. If I lost my laptop, I would probably lose my job.
Who said this?
Frank.
Okay, let's write F.
Because I think there is a lot of information in the computer about the company and the employees.
What about number 2?
I think
Judy. Okay. Number 3?
Number 3, Wesley.
Yeah.
Wesley.
Number 4?
Lose a lot of customers of our Judy.
Okay. Number 5?
They can after computer make some new Wesley.
Number 6?
If we didn't have so many online meetings. Frank.
Okay, that's actually correct. Yeah. So this is what each one of them said about their job and about the internet.
Yes.
Now we're going to talk a little bit about grammar. Remember, we already talked about the first conditional, and we agreed that whenever you want to use the first conditional, the if clause, you have to use the present simple, right? And and in the main clause, we use will plus infinitive, and we use it to talk about possible things in the future, right? So this is the first conditional. But now we want to talk a little bit about the second conditional. So they want us to look at the sentences in number 1 to 4, the sentences that you just finished now, these sentences, and they want us to answer these rules. So the first point, it says, we use the second conditional to talk about real situations or imaginary situations. What do you think from the examples here, from number 1 to 4? What do you think?
I think imagine situation.
Yeah, when we say, for example, if I lost, if the internet, you're actually right. You're right. In all of these examples, if you notice, all of them are imaginary situations, right? If I lost my laptop, if the internet didn't exist, if we didn't have Wi-Fi. So these are things that haven't happened because the person hasn't lost his laptop yet. يعني الشيء اللي يقول عليه ما صارش هو أصلا.
ما صار.
ولا لما قال if the internet didn't exist. لكن هو exist الانترنت. تقدرش تقول كان ما فيش انترنت، هو موجود. فهذه فكرة.
زي ما نقولوا يتخيلوا لو ما فيش هذيك الحاجة رواني ما نقدرش ندير هذيك الحاجة.
the second conditional باختصار. هذه
مم.
فكرتها. Yes.
مم.
قصة تتخيل شيء معين وتقول لو هذاك ما كانش فيه راهو ما صارش كذا مثلا. هي هذه الفكرة. So you're right, we use it to talk about imaginary situations. But here it says the second condition talks about the present or future or the past. What do you think? Is it present and future or do you think it's the past?
If see the verb, I think the verb in the past, yes.
What do you think?
I think if you see the verb,
Here's the verb.
the lost here didn't exist.
Past.
I think in the past, yes.
But how?
Malak.
How can something be imaginary and in the past?
I don't know, but here
It's for wish, just for wish, not a real thing.
Okay, yeah, it's an imaginary thing. It's not real. You're right. But for example, let's look at number one. If I lost my laptop, I'd probably lose my job. يعني هذه لو من ترجمة بالعربي كيف تطلع؟ What's the meaning?
يعني لو أنا فقدت كمبيوتري.
شنو حيصير لو فقدت كمبيوترك؟
يعني معناها أنا أكيد في الأكيد إني بنفقد العمل متاعي.
هو فقده ولا مازال العمل متاعه؟
لا
يعني
لا ما فقدتش.
معناها كيف بنقدر نقولوا باس؟ ما يقدروش ولا؟ معناها ما نقدروش نقولوا باس على حاجة ما صارتش.
Yes.
So is it in the past or not in the past? Or do you think it's in the present or future? What do you think? This means it's actually in the present or future. لحاجة يعني بتصير في المستقبل أو في الزمن الحاضر. يعني كأن الشخص قال لو أنا ريحت كمبيوتري بالتأكيد حيلزوني. بالتأكيد حنخسر وظيفتي. دي get the idea. مازال هو لا ريح لا كمبيوتر ولا خسر الوظيفة، لكن هو يقول كان نريحها حيلزوني. دي get the idea. هو ما ريحاش لكن كان يريحها حيلزوه. It's a bit like this. So it's imaginary and it's in the future present future. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So the grammar now. Let's talk about the grammar. So in the if clause or in the main clause, we use past simple. Which one do we use the past simple?
I think in the if clause.
First one, if clause.
Yes, that's correct. We use the past simple in the if clause. So if clause, we use past simple. This means we use would and wouldn't or wouldn't plus infinitive in the main clause. Okay. Now let's compare between these two sentences because this is a very nice question. Now, first example says, if I have enough money, I'll buy a new laptop. If I had enough money, I would buy a new laptop. What do you think the difference is? Let's check the question. The question says, which sentence is a real possibility? And which sentence is an imaginary situation?
I think it's the A, real possibility.
A is a real possibility.
Because the first condition. first condition for real situation.
Okay, okay. And which sentence is an imaginary situation?
The second one.
Yeah, the second one. لكن شو الفرق أصلا بين real possibility وimagine شو أصلا الفرق بيناتهم? What do you think is the difference? خلينا من أن الفيرست كذا معنى real possibility.
Real possibility. It's possible to happen. It's possible.
Okay.
But about imaginary, it's impossible to happen because the first one it is not happen.
Because the first one. What did you say? Because the first one what?
It is not happen maybe.
هم الزوز ما صاروش أصلا ما زال. سواء A سواء B they haven't happened yet. الاثنين ما زال ما صاروش.
بس الأول احتمال إنه هو يصير يعني ما احتمال إنه يصير.
بالضبط.
والأول الثاني.
هي هذه الفكرة. في الفيرست كونديشنال الاحتمال أكبر أن الشيء يصير. الاحتمال واقعي أكثر. This is the idea. لأن الشخص يعني ممكن حيشتري نيو لابتوب. يعني مجرد يحصل الفلوس حيشتري. وعارف روحه احتمال أنه هو حيحصل فلوس. It's a bit like this. So if I have enough money, I'll buy a new laptop. So the possibility is real. This person might buy a new laptop. But the second person, if I had enough money, I'd buy a new laptop. This person doesn't have money. Do you get the idea? So for example, if we want to talk about something imaginary, we can say, if I had money, I'd buy an island. If I had enough money, I would buy an island. This means I don't have enough money to buy an island. It's too expensive for me to buy an island. Do you get the idea? So this is an important thing to talk about whenever we're thinking of the difference between the first and second conditional. Okay, so keep this in mind. في tip هي هذه ممكن نتكلم عليها في السمري أحسن. So let's leave it for now. Okay, so it says here, look at sentences 5 and 6. Which modal verb can we use to mean would, perhaps, would be able to? Okay, so let me show you number 5 and 6. So we want to answer these questions. So it says, let's take a look at number 5 and 6. And here's the question. So which modal verb did we use to mean would, perhaps, and which modal verb did we use to mean would be able to? What do you think, Malak, in these two examples? What's the modal verb we used in both examples? Where is it? Who can find the modal verb? What do you think, Sana? Where's the modal verb here?
In the first sentence, might.
Okay. And in the second one?
I could.
Right.
Could.
But which one has the meaning of would, perhaps, and which one has the meaning of would be able to?
I think might, would, perhaps.
Correct.
And
The second one is would able.
Yes. So if you could do something, it means you would be able to do it. That's correct. So sometimes you can also use modal verbs in the second conditional. All right, in our last part here, it says fill in the gaps with if, do, or would. So we have three options that we can use. We can use if, we can use do, or we can use would. So number one, what do you think the answer here is, Sana?
Okay. What do you do if you lost your laptop?
What about number two?
Would someone ask you to lend them your computer.
Remember, these are second conditional questions. What do you think? Sana, number one.
Number one.
This is not present simple. It's second conditional.
What did you do if you lost your computer?
هو السيناريو ما زال ما صارش. كيف بتستعملي did؟ الشيء خيالي هو ما زال ما صارش.
What would
Yes.
you do?
That's it. What would you
do?
What would you do
if you lost?
Yes. Correct. And الإجابة بتاعه موجودة هنا في النقطة الأولى. Can you see it?
Okay.
If I lost my laptop, I'd probably lose my job. Okay, what about number two? What do you think?
Would someone ask you to lend them your computer?
الجملة الثانية متصلة باللي تحتها. يعني مربوطات ببعض.
Okay. If someone asked you to lend them your computer, would you? Okay.
That's it. Yes. Can you repeat?
Would you do it?
Would you do it? So this means this is like a situation which is imaginary in the future. Okay. So if someone asked you to lend them the computer, would you do it? Okay. So this is the correct answer. So this is an introduction on the second conditional, how to use the second conditional, what does it talk about. Now, before we finish, I just want you to listen to how we pronounce these examples, especially because we have a would here. So I just want you to listen to how it's pronounced. Okay, so let me take you there. CD280. Okay, so let's listen.
If I lost my laptop, I'd probably lose my job. I wouldn't have a business. If the internet didn't exist, I wouldn't have a business. This place would be empty. If we didn't have Wi-Fi, this place would be empty. If our website crashed, we'd lose a lot of customers if our website crashed. They might make some new friends. If they turned off their computers, they might make some new friends. I could get out of the office more often. If we didn't have so many online meetings, I could get out of the office more often.
Okay, so this is the pronunciation. So now let me show you the next exercise. This is let's finish this before we finish our lesson. So let's have a quick practice in using second conditional. So all of these examples are imaginary in the present or future. This means all of them are second conditional. So we just need to use the rule that we talked about. Can you remember the rule? So the rule is if it's the main clause, if it's the if clause, past simple, main clause, would plus infinitive. Okay? This is the rule. So take a few minutes and try to complete number 1 to 6 so we can check them together. Okay, have you finished?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, Malak, have you finished?
I didn't understand you what you want.
Just complete the sentences.
I'm
That
sorry.
this is practice for the second conditional.
It is not open to me just now. Open.
You
Okay, I will
couldn't
do
see
that.
this page.
ممكن الإنترنت كان ضعيف. Yes. الصفحة هذه
Mm.
ما كانتش مفتوحة عندي.
Okay.
فما فهمتش المطلوب. توه فتحت بس.
Yeah.
Okay, I will try.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. You can do number 4, 5, and 6, Malak.
Yes, I know.
Think of them,
Okay.
and Sana can, because Sana already answered. I mean, already prepared. Okay, so Sana, you can start with number 1.
If I win a holiday anywhere in the world, I would go to Italy.
But if I win or if I won?
Won. W-O-N.
Yes, past simple, right? So I'd go to Italy. Okay. Now, what about number 2? What do you think, Sana? Number 2.
Okay. If I didn't live where I do, I would like to live in.
Where would you like to live?
I don't know.
Italy?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
because you would like to visit it, so maybe you'd like to live in it
Yeah,
too.
I don't know. Sometimes you visit some place and you
You
not.
don't like it?
Yeah, sometimes, yes.
Okay. What about number 3?
If I could change a place with one person in the world, I would choose.
Who would you like to change places with?
I don't know.
Malak, maybe? You would like to change places with Malak?
Maybe. Why not? I will go to Sabha and she come here in Tripoli.
Okay.
Yes.
Come to
Okay.
Tripoli. Okay.
Malak, what about number 4?
Okay. If I was a film star, I would like to make a film with my friends.
Good. If I was a film
If
star,
I lived,
uh-huh.
mhm. If I lived in a different country, I would miss my family.
Mhm.
If I could talk to a famous person from history, I would talk to I would talk to um, عمر مختار about our country.
Okay, so I talked to Mukhtar. Maybe tell him, don't fight the Italians. You know, if we could go
Yes.
back to the history, just let them, leave them. Okay, so Mukhtar about Libya, about the country. Okay, these are nice examples. I like them. Okay, so you can see here, this is the idea. This is how we can use the second conditional and what it means, okay? So in our next lesson, we'll talk more about the second conditional. We'll do more exercises. We also have this nice listening exercise, so we'll talk about it. And hopefully we can also talk about our next topic. So we have some vocab in this lesson. We'll talk about articles, when to use them, when not to use them. We have lots of interesting reading to do together. So this is our topic for next lesson, okay? So thank you for your time. I'll see you again on Monday.
Okay.
Inshallah. Assalamu
Thanks
alaikum.
a lot.
Aksalam, bye bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Alaikum salam. Bye.
Bye.